Hi, we are on the second part of this audio-visual presentation regarding the revisions for the final assessment in Literature 7. And we are on question 3, the dialogue parts, and who said or wrote this, draw a heart only after the letter of your choice. Okay, number 9, I could never rise so high. Who said it? Could it be David, Uriah Heep, B, C, Mr. Micawber, or D. James Steerforth? Let's find it. It's Uriah Heep who said it. Question 10, item number 10, what a lovely girl and what a coarse young man she's engaged to. Who said it? A. Mr. Wakefield, B. James Steerforth, C. David, and or D. Tommy Traddles. And the answer is B. James Steerforth. He was referring to Emily and Ham Peggotty. Question 4, we should be highlighting our answers to each of the following questions. Name of David's house. Is it Salem House, Blunderstone Rookery, Yarmouth Boathouse, or Limestone Aviary? So we will be needing our highlighter here. And here you go. Our answer, what is your guess? It is Blunderstone Rookery. Second question, what does the sign that David is forced to wear during his stay at boarding school say? Violent boy, take care of him, he bites, beware I bite, beware of dog. Okay, so the answer is take care of him, he bites. Which of the following is not a characteristic of David's birth? He was born in a cold, he began crying right at the stroke of midnight, he was born on a Friday, everyone thought that he would be a girl. Okay. The answer is everyone thought that he would be a girl. It's not a characteristic of David's birth because only Aunt Betsy did think that he would be a girl. Number 4 question. What trait did Mr. Murdstone stress to Clara constantly? It's firmness, cruelty, forgiveness, or submission. And the answer is firmness. Mr. Murdstone always stressed firmness on Clara, especially when she is with David. Number 5 question. Why did Miss Betsy storm out on the night that David was born? She found the doctor to be very rude and insulting. She was offered a comment made by David's mother. She was upset that David turned out to be a boy. She was shocked by the young age of her brother's widow, or her nephew's widow, actually. Okay, the answer is she was upset that David turned out to be a boy because we all know that she was expecting a baby girl. Okay. David's earliest memory is of what? Is it of Miss Peggotty, Clara Peggotty, his nurse, and his mother, Clara Copperfield, or his father, or his aunt, Miss Trotwood, or his home? We all know that David's fondest memories are with Miss Peggotty and his mother, Clara Copperfield. Number 7. During his stay in Yarmouth, David stays where? His first stay in Yarmouth. Okay, so he stayed in a hotel, in a cabin, in a boat, or in a large house. We all know that he stayed with Clara Peggotty's brother, Mr. Daniel Peggotty, together with the two orphans he adopted, Emily and Ham Peggotty, and they lived in a boat. Number 8, what does Dora ask David to call her? Young wife, little wife, child wife, or simple wife? And we have learned that Dora requested David to call him his child wife because she's childish and she doesn't want to be thinking too much. She doesn't want all the practicalities in life owing to her young age. Which of the following does not die at sea? Okay, we all know that Mr. Barkis died at his in his bed in his house, where he lived with Clara Peggotty, and the time David visited him. Ham died at sea, Steerforth died at sea, and little Emily's father died at sea, according to the story. Mr. Wickfield suffers from what? Chronic illness, cancer, alcoholism, or insomnia. Oh, we've learned that he's fond of drinking, especially when he's being offered or he's offered by Uriah Heep for drinks. He couldn't resist. And it is alcoholism that uh, bothered him so much. Dora always has the following at her side: her paints, her guitar, flowers, or her dog. We all know that she loved her dog so much. Her dog is named Jeep, and the dog never leaves Dora. David eventually decides that what he wants uh, was to be a proctor. Okay, he was a writer. Okay, he became a practicing lawyer, a student under Mr. Um, Spenlow, and a professor is not what he decided to be. Eventually, he decided to be a proctor. Okay, next number is number 13. Miss Betsy is obsessed with which of the following? It's not money, it's not sailing at the sea, it's not proper etiquette, it's keeping donkeys off of her grass. Number 14. What is the last thing Steerforth asks of David? To visit his mother one more time, to throw a dinner party, to remember him at his best, to tell little Emily he loves her. Okay, the last thing James Steerforth asks of David is to remember him at his best. Number 15. How many times is Mr. Micawber thrown in jail for his debts? He was thrown in jail 2 times. Twice. Now let's try. Number 16. How does Miss Murdstone know Dora? She is her tutor. She is her babysitter. She is her hired companion. She is her stepmother. In the story, Miss Murdstone is her is the hired companion of Dora. Who is with Dora when she dies? We all know that she requested to David to call for Agnes because she wanted to talk to her before she dies. Okay, so it's Agnes, which is an accurate description of Uriah Heep. Let's see. Good-natured, persistent, and loyal? He's not. Humble, kind, and generous? He's not. He is only humble in the eyes of his mother. He's handsome, spoiled, and selfish? No, he's not handsome at all. He has an oily smile. He's repulsive, scheming, and vindictive. Yes, he plans badly against Mr. Uh, the father of Agnes. Okay? Barkis, the cart driver, asked David to tell Peggotty. Barkis is willing. This means Barkis is agreeing to drive Peggotty to the village market. No, there's more to it. Barkis is willing to go to a dance with Peggotty. No, they have no time for that. Barkis is willing to take her family to London. No. Barkis is proposing marriage to Peggotty. Yes, he wanted to get married, and they did get married, and proposing marriage to Clara Peggotty. Question 5 will be matching character. Okay, each character should be used only once. Watch out, we have added an extra character just to make it interesting. Okay. Let's see. Sent to debtor's prison. Who was sent to debtor's prison? When you see the word debt, it's synonymous to Micawber. So it's Mr. Micawber who was sent to debtor's prison. It's letter J. Who dies